Investment or end use, 1 BHK or 2 BHK, villa or bungalow or a flat, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore or Pune. If you are searching for a dream home but need help choosing the right property or the right location, you've come to the right channel. Hello and welcome. You're watching Property Hotline with me, Kavita Krishnan. This is Magicbricks Now. Today, we are focusing on all your queries related to buying, selling and investing in property across the country. Our expert for the day is Jayashree Kurup. Jayashree is the head of content and research at magicbricks.com. Jayashree, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kavita.
Let's get started with a question that's coming on Twitter. Meena has tweeted in saying that she booked a property in Runwal's My City project in Dombivli. Now, she wants to know what kind of appreciation she can expect from this property. Runwal's My City project. Dombivli is a market that is finding favor with a lot of buyers of late. What do you think, Jayashree?
Yes, right. Yeah, there is a lot of demand in this market, and My City is actually packed with lots of features. However, the first tower is only just about coming to completion, and there are a lot more. There's a lot more construction that will happen over a period of time. I think 2019 is when the whole project will be handed over. So if you take possession in the first tower or the second tower, there'll be a lot of construction activity happening in that city for a while, and I don't think you will be able to get lots of occupancy or even the best values for your property. So my suggestion is this: if you are looking for best returns, you have to wait till the project has reached, is closer to completion and there is a lot more occupancy. That's when you'll get best returns for your property.
Right, so you need to hold on to that property for quite some time if you want good returns, because most of it is still under construction. It is almost like a mini township which is actually being developed over there. Before we move on, Jayashree, very quickly, if you could just give us some information about the Dombivli market, which you also agreed is seeing a lot of consumer demand of late.
Yes, Kavita, I've seen a steady rise in demand and a steady rise in prices. It's not that it's outpriced itself, but there is a steady, gradual rise in prices. So I think it's, the connectivity, proximity, the kind of properties that are coming up, all these contribute to the fact that there is demand. And especially when it's a township project, I think increasingly people prefer township projects because there is, packed amenities in one area, and there is a lot of safety element there as well because there is centralized safety and so on.
Okay, but quick question again, between Dombivli, Kalyan, Badlapur, Ambernath, which would be your pick?
Dombivli, I think it's a good choice. Right now, if the project that we're talking about, Dombivli is a good choice.
Dombivli is
and actually look at it like this, Kavita. If you're an investor and you're looking at steady growth, today it's a market where the prices have not risen all the way up. So if you're entering at this point of time, you're going to steadily get a rise, and you know that you'll have to hold for 2.5 years before the project is more or less complete. That's a good investment bet, and that's the logic that I would use. And I can't say that if you buy anything in Badlapur you're going to do well, or anything in Dombivli you're going to do well. I would actually say go on a case-to-case basis and think of what you're buying for. If you're buying for end use, and I see a lot of people buying in Dombivli for end use, clearly it's a place where people find it convenient to stay in. But when you're looking at a project that is under construction, you have to keep a lot of things in mind.
Right. So those are things that you need to look out for, especially if you're looking to invest in property. Those are the prices of Dombivli that we are showing you on the chart over there. 5,912 rupees is the average price in this area. Now, coming back to what Jayashree was telling you, if you're looking to invest in property, look at the price and look at who's buying in. Is it the investor or the end user? If you are investing in an end user market, that's where you'll be able to A, rent out property faster and probably even sell it faster when you choose to exit that property. Next, we have a question that's coming on our website, www.mbnow.in. Dave wants to know about the future prospects of Oris Serenity on the Malad Link Road. Now, he's getting a property for 15,000 rupees per square foot with a floor rise of 81 rupees per square foot. He wants to know if he should buy it. 15,000 rupees per square foot sounds like a decent rate for that area. What do you say, Jayashree?
It's more or less the right area, right price. But I find that I do see a lot of properties that are, some properties that are listed about 200 to 50 rupees less than that. So my suggestion would be check out what's available on the website, and if you're actually looking at going and buying that property, check with local developers, local brokers, what the price you're getting it at, because there is a 250 rupee difference that I can see. So maybe you could even negotiate with the seller and get the right price. Check locality prices. Basically, Kavita, the thing is that you have to check the locality prices and tally what you're getting against the locality prices. I think it's about 200 to 50 rupees, a little less than that, and therefore you might be able to get it. The possession of this property is in about Jan 2018, and it's actually really well serviced with lifestyle amenities. So I would say that the choice of apartment, yes, it's all right. Check out the price.
Check on the price, because the price that you are getting, there are properties available at 2 to 250 rupees, lesser than the price at which you are getting. So it makes sense for you to do a check in the locality. So go out in the market and speak to brokers. You'll probably be better informed when you go into negotiate with the developer. Moving on, we have an email query coming in. Murli Samtani says that he booked an apartment in Mantri Web City at Bengaluru in July 2013. Now, possession was due on January 2016. It was later postponed to October 2017. And the developers further postponed this to September 2018. Murli is worried about getting possession. He asks if he should sell the project and exit, or if he should remain invested. Now, this is very strange. You don't hear of these stories. You don't hear of too many of these stories from Bengaluru, at least. What do you say, Jayashree? Is there a problem with this project?
Yes, I think so. I have been tracking this project for a while, and 2012 it was there was a pre-EMI launch that happened, and 2014-15 you saw a lot of consumers complaining that the pre-EMI the commitments were not being met. 2014-15 there was if you even look at the internet chatter, there's been a lot of complaints from people who had invested in 2012. Even now, like you can see, Murli also is complaining that the end date keeps shifting. Clearly, there's a problem in the project, and if you can find a buyer, Murli, I would say exit that project, because this is a stretch. North Bangalore, you get so many projects from all the premium developers, and there are so many projects that are in various stages of completion. So my suggestion would be, if you can find a buyer, you can exit and look for another property.
But and this is the biggest problem, in fact, with projects like these where you get stuck. Jayashree, where will you find a buyer? Will a buyer actually be willing to, buy into a project which has already been delayed? The possession has been postponed, like Murli says, at least 4 times.
Kavita, it's like this. There are some people who are very long-term investors and who don't mind taking that risk. Clearly, you will get it at a much lower rate than you. Murli may not get the best rate for his sale. But the point is, he doesn't want to wait, and he can buy into the markets because the markets are flat right now. So if whatever he gets, he can use that to buy another property, which will probably appreciate better. So for a person like Murli, it's good to exit, but there are some investors who are long-term investors and are looking for good bargain deals. So I think you may be able to find, because it is a Bengaluru market and it is monthly developers. Probably this project has a lot of problems, but it still is a monthly development.
Right. It is the Bengaluru market after all, and you have bought a project on the Hennur main road. Look at the chart over there. 5,239 rupees per square foot. Prices have gone up 21% in the last 2 years, and then they have started going down. Like Jayashree just told you, the market is in a bit of a slack period over here. Bit of supply in the market. So good time if you want to actually sell. If you have a buyer, sell the property and look at buying into another project in the same market or in its environs. Let's move on now. Charu has picked up the phone and dialed us from Navi Mumbai. Charu, how can we help you?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I just wanted to ask that we are planning to invest in residential property in Panvel.
Okay.
So I have narrowed down 2 projects, Marathon Nexon and India Bulls Green.
Okay.
So our budget is around 55 to 60 lakhs. So I wanted to ask, as in terms of appreciation, which is a better choice?
Charu, are you buying this for end use or are you looking to invest in this project?
No, no, we shall be using it.
You will be using it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is close to your workplace, travel, etc. is something that you've already sorted out.
No, not really, because it is under construction. I am looking, like my interest is more into India Bulls and phase 2.
India
So
Bulls
it is
phase 2. Okay.
India Bulls phase 2 and it is under construction. So we might get, I think, the services by that time.
Okay, Jayashree, what do you say? 55 to 60 lakh rupees budget, 2 projects that they have zeroed in on, India Bulls phase 2 and India Bulls Greens, that is, and Marathon next zone. Which is the one that she should pick?
I think within her budget, India Bulls will fit her budget much better. She'll have more options there. India Bulls has about 1 to 4 BHK units in this development, and I think you will be able to, in Marathon, you'll get only a 2 BHK in 60 to 90 lakh. I mean, the Marathon is a little more expensive from my research than the India Bulls project. And I think that since it's under construction, you will be able to get it in about a year or two. I think final delivery is 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And India Bulls offers a host of amenities, while Marathon is still, when I check, I think it's less packed with amenities. So I think you're on the right track. Pick up the India Bulls project because it fits your budget better.
So Charu, your choice is, you've made the right choice. Pick the India Bulls budget, India Bulls project, I'm sorry. And like Jayashree said, you can expect delivery in 2019. At least that's what the developers said. That's what it's slated for. A lot of things getting delivered in Navi Mumbai in 2019. Moving on, we have Uday Singh who's called in from Mumbai. How can we help you?
Hi, my name is Uday Singh and I'm looking for 1 BHK flat in Mumbai. I stay in Powai right now. I'm looking for an additional flat and this is somewhere I'm looking around near and around Powai area, so Powai, Ghatkopar, Mulund, and that's what I was inquiring about.
So you want a 1 BHK in the Powai Ghatkopar stretch. So I'm assuming you're looking exclusively at the eastern suburbs of Mumbai, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
What is your budget?
My budget is not more than 75 lakhs.
75 lakh rupees budget.
Yeah.
What would you say, Jayashree? Any picks over there in the 75 lakh rupee budget?
I think you can get a 480 to 605 square feet apartment. You would be able to get in, I think, Vikhroli, if I'm not mistaken. You can also get some ready to move in resale properties in Mulund as well. But I think there are some premium projects here. Godrej, for instance, is a premium project, 1.5 crore and above. But under construction, 1 BHK flats, which are likely to be delivered around 2018. I think there are some options here. These are local developers, smaller developers, and I would say that if you're looking for these projects, do check out the titles and check out the approvals, because you have to be very clear that your investment is safe. But you will have to pick up a under construction property to fit into your budget. There are some options, so do check the Magicbricks website. I think you will be able to get them.
Jayashree, are you recommending Vikhroli West or Vikhroli East? Which part of the market are you recommending?
I think it is Vikhroli East. I wouldn't be too sure because I'm not logged in right now, but I think it's Vikhroli East that I'm recommending.
Okay, so it's probably the Vikhroli East market, but that is something that you can check out for yourself. Look for under construction projects, look for more compact flats, which is what developers are calling it these days. Look for the smaller size flats, and you should find something in the 75 lakh rupees budget. Another option that you could explore is looking at Mulund and looking for a resale property in Mulund. You'll probably get a much larger flat over there within your budget. Harish has tweeted in, says he wants to invest in a 1 BHK in Jaipur. Now his budget is around 20 to 25 lakh rupees. He wants suggestions of properties for pure investment. Jayashree, what's your outlook on Jaipur as a market? A lot of activity over there. We know some marquee brands have made investments over there. Plus it's a smart city as well. Do you see a lot of economic growth coming in? Is that market going to do well?
Kavita, Jaipur is a peculiar city. I would have thought that Jaipur would have overtaken, say, smaller markets like Lucknow. But Jaipur has taken its time to evolve. And like you said, marquee brands have moved in. And I think the potential for the Jaipur market is definitely there. The metro has come, it's declared a smart city, there is investments happening. But it's not like it's going to, you're seeing exponential growth in that market. It's probably a steady, gradual growth. So don't go in with unrealistic expectations, but it's a good market to invest.
What kind of growth would you see, say, over the next 10 years or so? Because they have a very proactive government in place right now.
Absolutely. You see, the city is so well managed. I think it's one of the best managed cities and well planned cities. And the state government and the city government are doing a lot of things that are right in terms of housing, in terms of infrastructure, and so on. So I'm really impressed with the kind of growth there is. But still, I would say it's a steady growth, and in 10 years, you may see a lot happening. I would say take a 5-7 year horizon, and I would say in 5-7 years, you may even double your property values because it's not very expensive right now.
So you can expect to double your property values in another 5 to 7 years. Harish, you're entering at the right moment. Everything seems to be going good for Jaipur. But we'll have to move on now to another question because our phone lines are ringing non-stop. Shankar has dialed in from Hyderabad. How can we help you, Shankar?
I am looking for a property, a 3 BHK apartment in the heart of the city.
Okay.
Okay. I have identified a property. This is a property of Salarpuria, Necklace Pride. I would like to have your views on it and also how the appreciation would be.
Okay, Necklace Pride by Salarpuria. He's looking for a property in the heart of Hyderabad. What would you say? Is it a good bet?
He can get about, in his budget, I think he can get about a 2 or 3 BHK apartment in Salarpuria, Satwa. This is Kavadi Guda. And currently it is about 5,900 to 6,100. When I look on the site, these are the listed values that I see on the site. And the rest of the locality was at about 4,700. So it is a little above the rest of the locality, but I think it's packed with features. It is a good project. It is well laid out. Roughly about 1250 to about 3,600 square feet. That is the range of sizes of apartments that you see. It was launched sometime in 2013 and it is likely to be delivered a year from now, but 2017 is when it is expected to get delivery. But so I think it's a good project that he has shortlisted. However, if you want to get a larger unit, you must go into some other project, and there are plenty of other developers. Yapral, AS Rao Nagar, Kapra. These are all areas where you get projects in your budget. So my suggestion is this: you've selected a good project. It is priced at about 6,000, which is expensive for the Hyderabad market. But it's a good project that you're getting into, and if you're planning to hold it for a while, there's no harm in going in for it. But if you want to check out the rest of the markets, it's still there are lots of options for you to check out before you make your final decision.
Right, good choice there, but hold it for a while to get ideal optimum appreciation on that particular investment. We have SK Pandey now, who's called in from Mumbai. Mr. Pandey, how can we help you?
Hello, Kavita. Good evening.
Good evening.
I am having 1 BHK flat in Vasai area. That built-up area is 500 square feet. I bought it in year 2007. What is the future prospect of this area? Should I remain should I hold it or should I exit from there?
Mr. Pandey, how much did you buy it for?
I bought in year 2007. And at that time, the rate was 1,225 rupees.
1,225 rupees per square foot. Obviously, Vasai has seen a lot of development since then, but there is a new railway line coming in over there. So should he wait for that? Should he hold on? What do you say, Jayashree?
He's got very good rate of return on the project from 2007 to about 2016. I think he's got a good rate of return. Now, yes, there are lots of infrastructure projects happening and they can impact the market, but I think the rate of growth in that area, which is more or less established, won't be as high as the rate of growth you'll see in areas which are now developing. because even the infrastructure facilities coming in will impact newer areas in terms of investment potential. So my suggestion would be this: if you've already got good returns out of the Vasai area, it's not a bad idea to exit that property and invest in another property somewhere in the Navi Mumbai area, where you will be able to get the it's early stages, so you may get a slightly larger unit, or you may be able to get one with more features and amenities, and that too would benefit from the new infrastructure. So maybe that is a better idea.
Right, and Jayashree, we are showing the chart for the Vasai market currently, 5,188 rupees per square foot. And like you said, the markets have peaked out. They are flat at the moment. Tell us this, if he sells at 5,188 rupees per square foot, which is the average, what can he buy? Where can he buy in the Navi Mumbai market? What will he get for 5,000
There are
rupees
lots
per
of
square foot?
options for him. That entire, along the I would say from Meera Road, Badlapur, there are lots of options within the Navi Mumbai market, and figure out. There are two ways of looking at it. First, figure out what you're getting for your Vasai property. With that, do you want to invest, put some more money, or do you want to invest just that property? And if you look at these areas, you're getting at 3,600, 3,800, maybe 4,000 rupees. You will be able to get slightly larger units, more features and amenities, and if you hold it, you will be able to get a good rate of return in maybe 3-5 years.
Okay, so Mr. Pandey, that's your answer there. Your market, the Vasai market has kind of peaked out. You will get steady returns, but you won't see the kind of growth that your property is already given you. The best thing to do is to sell it, move out, and look at another emerging market. In this case, you could look at the Navi Mumbai market, which is all set to boom considering the amount of infrastructure that is coming into that particular space. Most of which, like we said earlier, will be delivered in 2019. That's what the government has promised. Facebook query next. Sagar Rathod says he plans to buy a 1 BHK in Handewadi, Pune with a budget of 32 lakh rupees. Now he shortlisted Dynamic Linear here. He asks if it's a good investment and if this location is good for end use. Jayashree, another of those questions. Yes. We want our property prices to grow, but we want it for end use as well. What do you think of this?
It's very positive that so many end users are coming. It's the number of people who are saying, I actually want to live there rather than just buy it for investment, fills my heart with joy, actually. Let me go back to the question that he asked. It's Handewadi is in the Hadapsar area, and there you know that it has well-developed social infrastructure and it is close to the IT hub. So Handewadi is cheaper because it is a new evolving area and it has smaller units which are a little more affordable. And but most of the developers that I see listing on the site with these projects are local developers. So I would say check your approvals and the legality of your property very carefully before you invest. You will be able to get roughly about a 550 to 750 square feet apartment, a 1 BHK apartment within your budget. And you've looked at Dynamic Linear, it's still under construction. There are about 4 towers and 160 units, and its possession is by early 2017, so you don't have to wait too long. It's maybe 7-8 months down the line. That's what is expected. So I think you have nothing to fear. Within 29 to 40 lakh, you should be able to get a good apartment for yourself.
Jayashree, while you were answering that question, I was looking at the charts for Handewadi in Pune, and the market, the graph has just about begun to pick up in that sense. 6% growth is what the market has seen in the last 8%, in fact, in the last 1 year, 6% in the last 2 years. Now we can see an upward trajectory over there. Are you expecting this growth to continue? Will the market be able to sustain this kind of growth? Because you said it is an emerging market as compared to Hadapsar.
If he had bought about 6 months ago, he would have got it a little significantly cheaper. But here there are two things. One is Handewadi is on the growth curve, and therefore the prices are going up. And the second thing is that the project itself is nearing completion. About a year before completion, the values are more rationalized and the values go up significantly when it is nearing completion. So what I would say is, since he wants to live in that area and he's an end user, it's always better to buy closer to completion. So I don't think, as an end user, whether that market's growth trajectory will continue is the worry for him. It's a good market to be in. It's in the growth phase, and it is also well packed with social infrastructure.
Good market to be in, and that certainly seems to be the case with the amount of queries that we have been getting from end users, like Jayashree pointed out. Clearly, it's a buyer's market out there. If you are looking to get into the real estate market, looking to buy a home, this is probably the right time for you to be doing it. That's it on today's episode of Property Hotline. Jayashree Kurup, thank you very much for joining us. And if you all have any questions related to real estate, do get in touch with us. We'll get the country's top experts to answer each and every one of your questions. But before we leave you, a quick programming reminder for all our viewers. Starting Monday, July 25th, Property Hotline will be live at 6:30 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Do remember to tune in. Do remember to mark that in your calendars. Keep watching Magicbricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.